Let's be practical. Imagine you are working in a real project. Your application has 200 test cases. Every time a new build comes, you manually test login, then sign up, then check out, then payments, again and again, every release. Now tell me honestly, can you do this daily without missing anything, without making mistakes? No. And that's exactly where Selenium comes into the picture. Why Selenium? Selenium was not created because automation is cool. It was created because manual testing alone was not scalable anymore. Application became more complex, released more frequently, needed to work across browsers, and manual testing started failing in one key area: repetition. So, what does Selenium actually do? And its core, Selenium is very simple. It controls a browser just like a real user. It can click buttons, enter text, navigate pages, validate results. But here is the important part: it does this consistently, repeatedly, and fast. That's the real power. Now let's go one level deeper. Many beginners think Selenium is just a tool, but it's actually an ecosystem. It includes WebDriver, the real engine, Grid, it's used for parallel execution, IDE for quick recording, but in real projects, WebDriver is what you use. Let's understand how it works in reality, how Selenium works. You write a test in Java, that test doesn't directly talk to the browser. Instead, your code talks to the Selenium libraries. Selenium sends commands to the browser driver. Driver controls the browser. So the flow is the script, WebDriver, then browser driver, then actual browser. This is why Selenium supports multiple browsers, multiple languages, because everything is layered and standardized. Now let's talk about a very important thing: what Selenium can do and what it cannot. Selenium is powerful but not magical. It can automate web application, validate the UI behavior, run tests across many browsers, but it cannot automate desktop applications. It cannot handle CAPTCHA or OTP reliably. It cannot replace human thinking. It cannot test usability or user experience. And this is where many beginners go wrong. They try to automate everything. That's a mistake. Let's connect this with real project usage. In most companies, Selenium is used for regression testing, smoke testing, cross-browser validation, CI/CD pipelines. Why? Because these are stable, repeatable, time consuming manually. It's perfect for automation. So now comes a very important discussion: Selenium versus manual testing. Many people think automation will replace manual testing. That's not true. Manual testing is still critical for new feature, exploratory testing, usability checks. Selenium is strong where repetition is needed. So the best approach is use both together. Now let's talk about something that actually matters in real jobs: frameworks. If you only write Selenium script, you are not doing real automation. Real world automation means page object model, data handling, reporting, logging, reusable structures. Because without a framework, your automation will collapse. And this is why we say success in Selenium depends more on a framework design than the tool itself. Now let's address the common struggles. If you have worked with Selenium, you have seen this. Elements not found, timing issues, test failing randomly, different behavior in browsers. These are called flaky tests. And most of the time, it's not Selenium's fault. It's because of poor locator strategy, wrong weights, bad design. Once you fix this, Selenium becomes very stable. Now, for beginners, these are the common typical mistakes. Using thread.slip everywhere, writing weak X path, mixing test logic with UI logic, not handling exceptions. If you avoid this early, your learning curve becomes much faster. So now one question you might have, why is Selenium often used with Java? Because Java gives you strong OOPS support, framework capabilities, tools like TestNG, Maven, and it is large community. This makes building scalable automation easier. Now let's wrap this up in a practical way. Selenium is not about just writing scripts. It's about building reliable automation, reducing manual effort, improving release confidence. So final thought, if you want to master Selenium, don't just learn how to automate. Learn what to automate and what not to automate because that is what separates beginners from professionals. That's it for today. If this gave you a real understanding of Selenium, hit like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next session. Thank you.